Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's Maritime Women's Basketball Association matchup featuring the visiting Port City Fog and your hometown Moncton Mystics. We'd like to say a big thank you to our team photographer, Tanya Everett. Also, a huge thank you to Kyle Sutton, our Rehab 1 physiotherapist who's been with us for, feels like since the Mystics have started. So this being our last home game, a massive thank you to Tanya Everett and Kyle Sutton. Motivating a round of applause for them, Tanya and Kyle. They've been working hard for us all year, so thank you so much, Tanya Everett and Kyle Sutton. Also, welcome today to our team of the day, U13 Next Level. Next Level, are we here? Team of the day? Yeah, we're here. So thank you to Next Level for coming by. They're going to be selling 50-50 tickets. Those today's 50-50 benefits the community sports program in Moncton. So please get yourself a 50-50 ticket and help us support this worthy cause. Okay, now let's run through our lineups for the day, and we will start with the Port City Fog. Their team lineup is number 4, McKinley Bazansi, number 5, Natalie Stracker, number 8, Aaron Eagles, number 11, Ben Eagles, number 12, Amelia Mitchell, number 13, Ainsley Green, number 14, Danielle Alexander, number 16, Clancy McIntyre, and Port City Fog are coached by Dominic Laviola. Your lineup for your hometown Moncton Mystics: 1, Kate Fillmore, 2, Natalie Albert, 4, Jesse Brown, 5, Emily Alcorn, 7, Alec Lorenz, 7, Brooke Watson, 8, Kelly Carter, 9, Cindy Lowen, 11, Candy Alcorn, 12, Aidan McLaughlin, 13, Olivia Mowat, 14, Jordan Casey, 15, Emily Turmel, number 23, Selena Sturkle. Moncton, of course, coached by Troy McKenzie. All right, folks, now if I can ask you to rise, please, and remove your hats as we welcome Bethany Robertson to sing "O Canada."
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, qu'à ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix, ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bethany Robertson. Before we get this game going, I would like to acknowledge the land on which we gather as the traditional unceded territory.
And a happy Sunday afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Moncton, New Brunswick on the campus of Crandall University for today's final home game of the season. Man, the season's gone fast. The Moncton Mystics in a rematch from a midweek match last week between the Mystics and the Port City Fog. Dave Tingley here, joined by Judd Doncaster for the last time of the season. So, Judd, we saw a nice matchup, close 2-point game between these teams midweek, and here we are again, a couple of additional bodies on the bench for St. John. Troy McKenzie, we talked about it the game after. Troy was, well, we beat them, but they only had 7 people. But they did, we talked about it, they did really good things and deserved the win. What things did we see in that matchup we need to see again to see the Mystics end the season 2-0 against this Fog team?
Yeah, absolutely. In that last game, the Mystics, they played so well off ball. Everybody was touching the ball. They're getting shots around the rim and then open looks and threes. Nobody was forcing anything at all. The problem came, though, in that second half when they started to go to that zone. Port City did. And then the Mystics' offense kind of started to tail off. So the question is this game, how do they answer that zone that was run in the second half that made it a tighter game.
Exactly, and we talked about them. I mean, the ball got a little bit stagnant, but mostly they just, early in that matchup, the ball was zipping around, and they were getting good shots off of the pass, but they were also attacking off the bounce and getting 2 feet in the paint. We talked about Lindy Alcorn. Her shot wasn't going down really that day, but she was getting 2 feet in the paint. She was creating opportunities. Addie Albert was getting into the paint. Kate was getting into the paint. Of course, Olivia Mowat was, and they were creating havoc that way. And they kind of went away from that. They didn't attack the zone aggressively off the bounce. They've got to do that more consistently today as well.
Yeah, exactly. And the Mystics as well. You've got 5 players who are excellent passers. It's a really overall great playmaking team. So when they get into the middle, that results in really good shots based off their passing.
And of course, what they also need, and we talked about it yesterday too, they need 3-pointers to go down from Celine Sturkle and from Lindy Alcorn. They don't have to shoot 50% from 3, but they've got to loosen up that defense a little bit with some shots from the perimeter. And they win the jump. And Olivia Mowat, who had a very strong game yesterday, didn't score at a high level, but just did everything else really well. There's Lindy getting all the way to the hoop. Can't finish, but she's going to go to the line for 2.
And that's exactly what you want to see to start that game. You get that one-on-one matchup on the wing against the zone, take it all the way in. That was a great decision.
Yeah, and look, if I'm the Port City Fog, I see Lindy catch the ball there, I'm running it, sprinting at her. Absolutely. Because we talk about how good she is from the 45 with that shot, and that's when being able to attack the bad closeout becomes so important. So Lindy 1 for 1 at the line so far. And 2 for 2. And also the defense of Kate Fillmore on McKinley Bezanson, who absolutely went off in the first half. And then the Mystics obviously decided she doesn't catch it if she gets rid of it. Here goes McKinley spinning on Kate, getting 2 feet in the paint. Can't get it to go. Batted to the corner, run down by Mitchell. Amelia Mitchell wasn't at her best in that game. We'll see if we get the best out of her. And there she goes. Left hand curl back to the right. And she can do that with either hand, which makes her even more dangerous. Double A here against the zone. To the corner to Mowat. Back to Sturkle. All the way to the corner to double A. She's going to attack. 2 feet in the paint. That's what you like to see. Sets up Sturkle for a long 3. No good, but that's pretty good offense. And there's Olivia Mowat coming back from behind and knock it away. Oh, just can't feed it. The pass a little too tall for Addie Albert.
Tell you what, though, it's like clockwork, Mo, getting those steals in transition.
Right. Backdoor wasn't there. To now Bezanson. She wasn't missing any of those the other night here. She was pure. She got Kate Fillmore fell down. She had a wide open opportunity. Wasn't able to finish. Oh, good one more to the corner to Addie Albert. Bang! From 3 for double A. And you love to see that one more pass. Sturkle, she just took the tiniest of looks at the rim to keep the defense still for a moment, getting that pass to the corner to double A. There she goes again, spinning to the left hand this time. Mitchell can't get it to go. Alcorn to double A. The crossover. A nice defense there from Ingles, and then a steal, and then Mitchell knocks it out off a double A. So turnovers, again, that one's not a live ball one, so it's not as costly, but live ball turnovers really cost the Mystics yesterday in their loss to the Halifax Hornets.
Yeah, absolutely. The Hornets just got out in transition almost every single steal, and then they got layups in a game that was a pretty tough, gritty defensive game, which just can't allow that.
Yeah, and that second half felt like the Hornets were up much bigger, but the Mystics were so pesky and stayed in it despite struggling to score, despite giving up, on the break in the half court. They were very tough defensively, which means like you have that effort defensively, you just don't turn the ball over. You're going to be tough to score against.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mitchell. Ingles doesn't want the 3. She's going to drive right-handed on Albert. Albert, nice wall-up defense there. Forces a miss. Sturkle on the rebound, and here comes Lindy Alcorn. She's got an angle, and she takes it. Oh, boy, nice move. Just can't get the righty layup to go, and there's Mowat again. Twice already. Gets the ball. And shot fake and drive, and she's going to go to the line for 2. Clancy McIntyre on the harm, and to the line for 2 goes Mowat. And Olivia Mowat, just if she's shooting the ball well, if she's not, if things are going the team's way, they're not, it doesn't matter. She's going to play super hard on both ends of the floor every possession.
That's what you love from a player. You know, somebody who, even if the shot's not on, even if they're not doing something, they can contribute in so many other ways. She can just give you so many different things. It's just such a great thing to have.
And just, I mean, twice in a row there, gave up defensive rebounds, and she's like, no, I'm willing us back into this possession by grabbing it from the person who got the rebound. She's going to be a pest on in every single way she possibly can be. The handoff to Bazanson. The challenge from Albert didn't matter. That was a tough finish.
Left hand as well, going middle. Difficult floater.
Yeah. She had Fillmore still on her hip. Mowat can't get that shot going. And here comes the fog. That's Straka. And there goes Mitchell. Oh, and one on her Mount A teammate. You can see she's being way more aggressive here early than she was in our midweek matchup there, Judd.
Yeah, excellent footwork so far. She had a beautiful up fake and going over that right shoulder. Now this time over the left for the N1.
I'm telling you haven't seen her play a lot. She's a lot like your guy, Jokic, in the way that she maneuvers in the post. She will back you down. She'll go left, right. She will not lose control of that ball. If you double team, she will hit you in the pocket for your jumper. She didn't show up in the way she normally does on Wednesday. She is looks more determined here today. So 7-6, the lead. Sturkle on the step back, long 2. Oh, it is a 3. I thought it was a long 2, but Celine knocks one in. They're going to need more of that. The Mystics.
You just can't give Sturkle an inch. If you give her any space at all, she's just so quick with that jump shot, and she's so money.
Yeah. And short on that jumper was Ainsley Green.
So far in this game, though, the Mystics, every single offensive possession has been a quality look. I've liked every possession so far. I think.
Yeah, no, they've moved the ball. It hasn't stuck. Going baseline is Mowat. Ooh, the Euro step comes up short. There was Lindy Alcorn, but she hit the underside of the rim, and back comes Mitchell. She gives it off to Green. Green, jump stop. Kind of an awkward one. Rebounded by the Fog, and now Bazanson trying to finish with the right hand this time, no good. Addie Albert can't grab it, gets it back into Mitchell. Mitchell going up and fouled by another Mount A teammate, Kate Fillmore. Fillmore not happy with the call. You hardly ever see Kate say anything. So if she's upset about that one, you know, you can trust it's probably valid.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But I will say, what great hustle by Bazanson on that play. So many times you see a player miss a shot and now they're running back, all giving up on the play. Instead of that, she goes, gets the rebound, and dishes it to her teammate for some free throws.
Yeah, I've been super impressed with her. Haven't seen her play a whole lot, a little bit before, but not in person like this. And yeah, she's been terrific. She's got a little Mowat in her. She doesn't give up on anything, on any play, like you say. Danielle Alexander. Where does she go to school? Mount A. Checks in. We've got one more Mount A person than we had the other night. We should have 9, but circumstances being what they're being. And I'll shout out my favorite Calgary resident here in a moment. Oh, and Double A looks on target with that jumper, that rainbow, bringing rain jumper that she's got. 2 for 2 from distance, from the perimeter, pardon me. 1 from 3, 1 along 2. Short on that was Meg Ingles. And Mowat now, spacing things out. Sadie Bowen sets a screen. Mowat with the 2-foot jump stop. Back to Kate Fillmore. Fillmore, true from 3. Oh, it'd be nice if they had somebody besides Celine and Lindy to make some shots from distance, and they've had already Addie Albert and now Miss Fillmore. That'll help things out, loosen things up a little bit on the defensive end for the Fog. Missed in there by Danielle Alexander.
You're absolutely right, though. Those shots from those other players, not Sturkle and Alcorn, those are so important. And the thing is, these are shots that you're like, wow, how open is that? Both of them have been excellent looks.
Yep.
And they've just cashed in on them. So
well, Moa did a really good job being, like we say, playing off 2 feet, right? She got into the paint, 2-foot stop, chose the right pivot foot, got her teammate a wide open jumper. Oh, the block down there from Bowen. Shot clock running down, a wild one there for Alexander. Good defense from Sadie Bowen down there. Fillmore, back to Mowat. Inside to Bowen. Bowen gets her on that left shoulder. Goes in, that nasty rim of Crandall down here, tried to reject another layup. Sadie had just enough spin on it to get her to go. Oh, and there comes Lindy from behind, knocks it away. Still hustling for it, but Zanson rips it free.
How did she come up with that?
2-on-1, and she came out with it. Oh, the block from AA, but got a lot of body there, too, and to the floor went Ainsley Green, and she's going to go to the line for 2 free throws.
Bowen, though, hasn't been in very long, but, man, has she had an impact on this game. That little mid-range that Albert had, that's a big reason of her running up the court and then taking a defender with her, leading to that open shot, a block, and then a bucket. She's been playing great so far.
You're so right about her sprinting down. Like, big people, you know, if you're watching this game and you're a young big, sprinting down the middle of the floor isn't always about you getting that ball for a layup yourself. A lot of times it's about attracting defense, making it shrink, and giving your guards wide open shots like AA just had there. You're 100% right on that one. And, Fillmore with the patience. Can't get it to go, but there's Bowen up and in for 2 more. Sadie showing out in her first couple of minutes on the floor, defensively and offensively. That's 4 already for her.
So strong. She can just get off that defender and get right to the middle for that rebound.
Fillmore doing another good job on Bezanson so far. Oh, and there comes AA with the theft. Oh, and she drops it nicely for Bowen. The shot fake. Oh, just can't get the lefty finish to go. Nice move. Good offense from the Mystics there in the break. Oh, trying to seal Bowen down there. And Alexander not pleased.
I tell you what, I think this is the best offense I've seen from the Mystics all season so far. This first quarter has been, they've been scoring on 3 levels, in the paint, in the mid-range, and from 3, which is.
Yeah, and it's really been terrific passing. They've been really on point.
Absolutely.
It's not just, the ball's not just getting there, it's getting people in the pocket where they want to shoot it or do something with it. Bowen now on the handoff to Fillmore. Fillmore can't turn the corner. Patiently waits for Bowen. Bowen's got a little mismatch that she likes there. Oh, boy, that wasn't an easy one. Meg Ingles was playing pretty tough on her down there. She had to get that ball up only a couple seconds. That wasn't an easy little half hook there.
I was expecting her to go over the other shoulder, but, man, how much touch does that take to put that home?
Surprised. Strocker didn't try to go at Bowen there. Good defense again from the Mystics, rebounded by Sadie Bowen, and Fillmore can push. New onto the floor, McLaughlin. New onto the floor, Termel. Good sharing of the ball by the Mystics. Gave up a couple of good ones to get a great one. Timeout Fog. And the Mystics out to a blistering start here in the first quarter.
Just beautiful basketball right now.
Yeah, I mean, really, on that possession there, we said the two vets new into the game. One, McLaughlin. McLaughlin had a pull up there, and that wouldn't have been a terrible shot. But she found Emily in the post, and that would have been a decent shot for her as well, for Emily Termel. But she turned and saw a wide open Sloan Sturkle at the 3-point line. Let's go. Forget 2, let's get 3. And Sturkle paid it off. I was going to say, I think they've got the score wrong, and I think they're fixing it now. I believe it's 23-10, yeah, and it is. 13-point lead here for your Mystics. And the MWBA would like to thank its founding partner, Roy L., for their outstanding support, dedication, and commitment to ensuring women in sport continues. Your partnership shows tremendous belief in the MWBA and strong community support. Royale is proudly Canadian. And the MWBA would also like to show their gratitude to Cushman and Wakefield Real Estate Services for their support as proud league partners. So the zone is not working for the Fog today. That is it's a resounding thud so far in this first quarter. Is it something that they can adjust into in that zone, or do you see the Fog coaching staff maybe going with a different look here?
Well, in that, they started off in the zone for a little bit, and then they went right to man-to-man. Yeah. So the thing is right now, I don't know if you can run that zone the way that the Mystics are shooting right now. So now you need to look for something else. You need to look for putting your best man-to-man defenders on the court right now. I think you got to just curb this scoring run that the Mystics are on right now, because even though you're not scoring as much,
you're right. You've played both zone and man, but neither one has worked. And so, and down there, Lindy Alcorn harassing Mackenzie Bazanson, almost creating a turnover there. You've got to go to something. You got to change your pick and roll coverage. You've got to change a matchup. Oh, yeah, and she moved. That can happen so often. You get stuck in your mind. I'm on the baseline. I can move, and you can't because it wasn't off of a score.
Absolutely, and I love that call by Coach McKenzie there to press out of that timeout. Put this game out of reach early if you can.
Termel from 3. Can't get it to go. Bazanson comes back and corrals the board. Up to McIntyre. Bazanson going to use the Danielle Alexander screen. Oh, the penetration. The nice take and the block by Termel. Beautiful block by Termel on the drive from Ainsley Green.
We've seen this bigger lineup from the Mystics, 3 players who play the 4 or 5 on the court, and it's really done wonders for them defensively. Just nothing easy in the paint at all for the Fog right now.
Well, Termel and Bowen are so good moving laterally.
Absolutely.
And Sturkle and Celine, we talked about Celine. I mean, her movement's been comparable. She had 2 or 3 severe injuries that really sapped a lot of that. Look at that gear she wears on that left leg. I mean, that's just going to sap some of your movement after a while. So she's not as strong, but she puts in high effort defensively as the 3 goes down for Avon McLaughlin. Man, this first quarter, they are on fire today on both ends of the floor. Danielle Alexander. Just not able to get, and that's that's one of those, all right, I got space, I'm tired of dealing with this harassing defense, I'm just going to throw one up here because I've got an opening.
Yeah, absolutely, you're totally right. This defense has been a team effort, but it's also been individual performances too. Fillmore, again, on her, has just not let her touch the ball, really.
Yeah, and then when she's gone to the bench, they've put Lindy Alcorn on there, who I mean, look, I knew Lindy was a solid player. I knew she was a decent, but her defense has really been terrific these last 3 games.
Absolutely, yeah, and she's so active as well.
Bowen, yeah, she got caught, and that's what she'll learn. The other thing too, as a young big, what you got to learn, especially when you get to college, it's been easy in high school. You can usually, you're bigger, you're stronger, you can put that ball on the floor and go where you want with it, when you want, and then in college and at this level, you got to have a counter. So she's really good going over her left shoulder. Oh, knocked away nicely by Avon McLaughlin. Oh, can't finish. And Strocker's coming back the other way. Up and under move, doesn't go for Green. Rebound again by Bowen. But yeah, she gets a counter to that move, right? As this first quarter comes to an end, gets it up at the buzzer. Does Olivia Mowat, but what a successful first quarter here for your Mystics. 26-10, just blitzing the Fog here. And the Fog will have to discuss it a little bit more here at this timeout, what they're going to do to slow down these Mystics today. But yeah, to finish the point on Bowen, I mean, the big people, when you get to that next level and you start pounding that ball right-handed, wanting to go over that left shoulder, teams figure out pretty quickly, okay, well, that's where she wants to go. I'm just going to make her go the other way. And you've got to have a counter back, a spin move left, something. You've got to have a counter. Yeah,
and as a big player, it's really important as well to read where the defender is without looking at them, without being able to see them. Just feeling them on your body and then deciding, okay, now's the left shoulder move, now's the right shoulder move. What's the read here?
And the other thing too is, and the Thunder are so good at this in the NBA level, timing when a big person puts the ball on the floor and then spins back, so they're spinning right into defense. As a big person at this, you've got to know if you're pounding it 2-3 dribbles right, you got to know when you spin back, somebody's going to be there. This level defense is too good. They're just going to read that, right? So in that scenario, she wanted to spin back left. She felt that pressure coming and then shuffled her feet. So that's going to be something she learns as she goes through her next couple of years at Mount A. I got to be quicker with that. I got to maybe one dribble and then bring it back to the left before that double team gets there. So I'm creating offense. And then if that double team does come, I'm ready for it, and I can kick the ball out to where that double team came from an open shot.
Yeah, exactly. But I can't believe she's a first-year player with this many skills, though. Really, such a talented big.
Yeah. A lot of that's, as a Mount A guy, I'm sure looking forward to the season next year. I mean, you've got just on this team, Kate, Addie, and Sadie as coming out of their first year at Mount A, going into their second year. Yeah, that's good stuff. And sad on the other, and Danielle Alexander, number 14 here for the Fog, also coming back to Mount A next year, of course, and Emma Roberts as well, who's not here. And of course, this will be my shout out to my favorite Calgary natives, other than my sister and brother-in-law. And it's close because they're family. But, I have to say I like them. I don't have to say I like the Mumfords, but Mumfords, I miss you, Jill, if you're listening, the Mr. and the Mrs. All y'all out there, I know you shouted me out on the last broadcast. I didn't know you guys would be listening with Jill injured, but of course I should have known better that you tune in to Jill's team, and I hope you're tuning in again. Miss all you guys. So, Mount A for life. So, Fog, big second quarter for them. And Lindy Alcorn trying to corral that rebound. Good fight from Clancy McIntyre over there, knocking it off of Lindy.
Now you got to wonder here, how will the Mystics keep this lead going if the shooting does cool off a little bit?
Yeah, you got to figure that's what you're telling yourself if you're a Fog player and supporter here, is that, okay, they shot the ball really, really well in that first quarter. Maybe they cool off a little bit. And if that happens, you got to take advantage. But defensively is where they're doing the job right now. 10 points in the first quarter. Oh, look at that pass to Bowen. Oh, just a little too far. I love the effort, though.
Love the idea. Great look there.
Ava McLaughlin, yeah, that was a pretty pass. It was just a little too difficult to catch. Oh, nice look inside. Can't go. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a late call, but it's a good call. I know Coach McKenzie, he's going to – I would too as a coach go, why are you waiting on that? If that's a foul, but it's a good call.
Yeah, absolutely. I always wondered, though, why do refs do that? I feel like I never understood it. I feel like it only serves to make both teams angry. I don't know.
You know what, though? I've heard them talk about it a little bit, and sometimes you just got to, in your mind, you're just validating for a second what you think you've seen.
Okay,
what you don't want to do is go, okay, I'm expecting this to be a call and blow the whistle too early, right? So sometimes
that's a good, yeah.
Right, because I know referees sometimes they'll get upset when people say, well, you're waiting to see if the ball went in or not. No. But sometimes if it's marginal, you're taking a beat to make sure, okay, am I seeing what I'm seeing, right? So I think that was a good call either way.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. I definitely agree.
But nice job there from Emily Termel, staying on Clancy McIntyre's hip, but also providing help. There's Olivia Mowat now out there on Bezanson. Now under 5 on the clock. Erin Ingalls goes to work. Pardon me. Yes, Erin Ingalls, pardon me. And that's a nice kick to Clancy McIntyre for a 3. She's a big that can shoot it. So good start to this quarter. The first 5. Now a turnover. And the Mystics giving the Fog some chances. And now going back to the line is Erin Ingalls.
And that's a possession where the Fog, down at the end of the shot clock, you're like, okay, this is looking like another stop here. And then McIntyre just pops up with 3 and then laces it. And now just like that, you get a turnover. And now this can be 9 points.
This can be under 10. So, and this happened 3 out of the 4 quarters yesterday. And now the second quarter today, a timeout by Coach McKenzie less than 2 minutes into the quarter. And none of these times can you blame him. This is a pretty bad start to this quarter for your Mystics, and really it was just careless. I mean, a bad pass and a turnover on that second possession, and then, you know, Lindy got her dribble interrupted here. She picked it up, and the only person, and really you had 3 people running with their backs to the ball. You've got to be aware if there's a little bit of pressure on the ball. You know, you got to make yourself available. And there was really no other chance. She had to take that chance or else take the 8-second call, and then it's a live ball turnover. So, yeah, just clean things up, guys. You did a good job taking care of the ball. Every time you run offense, you said it, every time they run offense, they get a good shot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I really liked a lot of what the Mystics have done here. It just really hasn't gone their way in this in these last minute and a half. But I think they'll be coming back here with, I mean, a little bit stronger here this time.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think sometimes you just need a, guys, focus up timeout. You just need one of those.
Exactly.
And this is a, guys, focus up timeout. So back with the starting lineup here for the Mystics.
I'll tell you what, though, how many excellent defenders are there on this Mystics team? Just really feels like there's so many players who can guard, you know, that 1 through 5, even 2 through 5. Some players, like, just so many. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Even Celine, like we say, with that side-to-side movement is tough for her with the, you know, with the injury history and stuff, right? But you know she's giving you her best. Like, you know she's giving you max effort on every possession, even if she can't physically guard. Same if she gets onto a switch with, say, Byzantin, that's going to be tough, right? But everybody else in the lineup can handle that matchup, and Celine can help you in, you know, 1 to 2 dribbles kind of thing, right? And out of bounds. Yeah, this is solid pressure the Fog are giving here, but the Mystics look just indecisive against this press right now, and they've got to make quicker decisions, and the balls can't go backwards against this pressure. You're getting yourself into trouble. Nice look down low for McIntyre, and the lead now 8.
Exactly, though, what you're saying. They're just waiting half a second too long. They're letting that double come, and then they're making the pass, which is just a little bit too late.
Okay, good. They didn't panic late there on that one. Sturkle, I don't know about that shot in that situation, but she got the ball back with Fillmore getting that offensive rebound. So one thing, they're starting this press break way too low. They're catching that ball right underneath the basket. And that's, you know, look for a pass first. Start looking for a pass. Like, have a big person come back into the middle of the floor, or somebody come back to the middle of the floor out by the 3-point line. Okay, make themselves available there. You can't guard everything in a press like that. So if you're running somebody to the middle, making themselves available, that can be a pressure relief for you. Instead of having to run, basically they're running screen and roll is what they're running to break the press down there, and that can be tough.
Yeah, exactly. And one problem I have with this press break right now is I think there's too many players in the backcourt. Usually that's not something you say, but we get about 4 in the backcourt right now, which just allows defenders to double so much easier.
100%. Spread the floor a little bit, get somebody in the middle of the floor, and now here comes the Fog. Amelia Mitchell pushing it, goes around. Fillmore gets all the way to the paint. 2 block shots, though. Fillmore came back to block the second after Lindy Alcorn initially said no. A little step back from Lindy. Oh, side rims the 3, and it's going back to the Fog. So just, look, you know there's going to be a run. The Fog are a good team. You know there's going to be a run. So the run right now is 8-0. Let's cut the break in half, cut that lead in half. But at some point, you get a stop and a score here and stop this run. There's Sturkle getting a hand on. Pass back to Mitchell. Inside, Alcorn knocking it away, and there's Fillmore.
This is where the Mystics need to capitalize, right here in transition.
Absolutely. Alcorn, that's really good defense by McIntyre. Oh, yeah, I don't know why they're giving it to the Fog. That looked to be out off of, huh? Oh, they're insisting no. Oh, take a note. I got to go back and look at that one. We were calling the referees out a little bit early in the game yesterday as far as letting contact go. And I heard from the referees before the game because we have some repeat guys in the stripes. And I was told we were right.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Look, no, I got to hand it. There's a few referees around here that whenever I broadcast their games, I know I'm going to hear from them if I make comments about calls, whether it's positive or negative. And I don't go, oh, the referees are cheating us. Right? Like, that's not the type of analysis we're giving up here. We're going, well, that looked like to be some contact. We'll call it as we see it if we think it's a questionable call. And I always hear, there's a few referees I always hear from. And it's never a nasty thing. It's always like, hey, when you called me out for, it's out again off of Lindy. Fogg doing a good job, forcing some. That's the 5th turnover of the quarter, I think, already, at least, maybe 6th.
Wow, yeah.
So, yeah, these Fogg are doing a great job defensively right now. Now they've got a 2-on-1. Oh, tough catch by Green and then rejected again by Alcorn, but it came. Bounced back to Strocker, and Strocker finished it.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think the Mystics are scoreless in this 4 minutes.
They are absolutely scoreless. It was 26-10. It is 10-0 to start this second quarter. Sturkle. Swings it to Mowat. She's got an opening. No, she's going to attack right-handed. I love that attack. And she's going to go to the line for 2 free throws.
That's what they've gotten away from in this quarter, that getting into the paint. It's been a lot of quick threes, and especially in transition threes.
Or no shot whatsoever. I mean, this
absolutely.
This has been distance shots or turnovers, really, every possession of this quarter so far. Now, the good news is, look, okay, it's a 10-0 run. You're struggling right now. You've still got a 6-point lead on a pretty good team, so you're in good shape. Just calm things down, get back to what you were doing well. Mowat makes the first free throw. Avon McLaughlin back in, giving Lindy a break. Alcorn was terrific late in the game yesterday, giving the Mystics a chance to steal a victory. Good defense there by Fillmore, taking it away from Strocker. Doesn't have the numbers. She's waiting for everybody to catch up. Double A. Sets that drag screen. Spaces to the corner. Oh, boy, that's a tough one. They're trying to be patient and get the right angle for that entry pass. Really good job. I think that was Straker down there fighting Sturkle. Oh, and too much air under that pass. Nice pass from Addie Albert getting it back to Olivia Mowat. You cannot put air under a pass in front of Olivia Mowat. You can't do it.
Yeah, I love that they reinstated the press there. I think the press is exactly what they need. They haven't really been able to run it because so many of the shots have been misses and then directly into transition for the Fogg.
Create some turnovers, absolutely. So Mowat right back to the line, coming off her 1 for 2 last possession. Gets the first one to go this time. Sadie Bowen back in for the Mystics. Had a terrific first quarter. And up and in with the second for Olivia Mowat. So Ingalls splits the D. That was too easy. To Alexander. Alexander tried to drop it to Green, got it back, tried to go up with it, knocked out of bounds by Mowat. You don't see that very often, Mowat getting beat that easy, but Ingalls did a good job splitting the defense of Mowat and Fillmore.
Yeah, absolutely. This transition defense, though, in these last couple possessions has looked much improved from the start of this quarter.
Mowat with the steal. Oh, just can't get it, though. Ingalls ran it down. Oh, good hands there by Bowen. Green had a wide open Alexander. And Bowen knocked it away. Or that would have been a layup for Danielle Alexander. Bowen knocked it away from Green. So good hands here again. A lot of times deflections, underrated. Deflections mean a whole lot in this game. That time prevented a layup.
Yeah, you're totally right, though. Deflections are so underrated. Because another thing they do is, even if it's not a steal, it's going to sway the ball handler, the person passing, or even the person cutting from doing that again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was trying to pass through too many hands that time, and Bowen, good job being in front of Alexander. Alexander couldn't collect that deflected pass. And so the last 3 to the Mystics after the 10-0 run. See if they can keep the momentum going here. Oh, love the play call to bring Sturkle to the ball. Didn't have anything. Now McLaughlin, she's going to try to go. Gets it knocked away, but collects it back. Can't finish. There's Alexander. She rips it, and she's going to push. Gets it to Ingles. Ingles. She's going to attack Fillmore, and she does. Great finish from Erin Ingles. Mowat now. She drives baseline and finds Avon McLaughlin. Gets it back to Mowat. Mowat's got her feet set. She pops, still can't finish. Perimeter, she's having a tough time from there.
But you're not mad at the looks at all. Like, that's
No,
another shot.
she's
where
taking
you're
good
like,
shots.
Yeah.
She's just cold right now. That happens. Oh boy, Ingles was wide open, but Mowat was harassing Bazanson. She couldn't see her.
Absolutely. Their cutting has been stellar.
It has been. Oh, Bowen tries to cut off Meg Ingles. But Meg Ingles, nice cut and finish over Bowen's outstretched arms, and the lead now down to 5. The last 4 now. Streaky second quarter to the Fog. Inside to Bowen. Oh, Bowen had it knocked out of her hands by Meg Ingles.
I definitely like to see the ball going to Bowen here. You know, you need a bucket on this play to just sort of stop this another little run they're going on. So I love the ball going to Bowen because she can guaranteed get you a good look around the rim.
And Alcorn and Termel are back in too. You can use maybe a double post there with Termel. And Bowen, oh, the cut. Bowen and Termel to the same spot. Yeah, that's a good call. I don't think they had that. I don't think that play call was. I think he called a play from the sidelines. I don't think they had that. They were ready to run it when the ball was checked back in. I think that pass in bounds was rushed a little bit. Mitchell on the handoff to Meg Ingles. Back to Mitchell. And off to Green, back to Mitchell. She's got a mismatch. Oh, but knocking it away there was Fillmore. Knocked it to the corner. Jump ball going back to the Mystics. What a job there by Kate Fillmore.
Yeah,
Mitchell had a mismatch. First dribble, she put it down on the floor, had it knocked away.
You know, every time when you're a big player and you see a littler player, you're like, okay, now's my time to work and back them down. But so much of the time, those smaller players are so smart they can get that little tip away.
McLaughlin, that one was 14 on the clock, a little bit further out than they needed. That's the type of shot you can get anytime you want against this zone.
Exactly, and you really need some quality looks right now. It's just not a shot that's nearly consistent enough to answer this run.
3 points in the quarter, all from the line. No baskets from the floor, and now the lead down to 3. 16-3 this quarter for the Fog. Termel, she's going to try to go baseline. Back to Bowen. This is the look we were hoping for. She finds a wide open Lindy Alcorn. Lindy can't get it to go, and the ball batted from the baseline to Ingles. Ingles over to Green. Green in and out. Lindy Alcorn on the rebound. Pushes it up to Fillmore. Fillmore with that teardrop doesn't go. Bowen battling for the rebound with Green and earns another possession chance for the Mystics. So about to go under 2 minutes here in the second quarter, and no baskets so far for your Mystics. Fillmore, can she break the schneid? No good. Rebound to Strocker. Oh, and a wide open one for Bazanson. Can't get that one to go. Bowen squeezes it.
The interesting thing right now, the Fog have been on this massive run, but it's pretty much all been predicated upon layups. They haven't really hit any jump shots in this entire run.
Right. Oh, that one was tough. That was through too many feet that time. Bowen is going to have a tough time catching that one, and it's a turnover. Attacking the closeout. Can't get it to go. Can Ingles. That was Meg Ingles that time. So in dire need of a bucket. An actual bucket. Oh, good. Nicely done by Fillmore. Boy, she attracted all the attention. Kept her eyes on that rim. Drew in 2 bodies to her, and one of those bodies left Lindy Alcorn all by herself.
Wrong player to leave open.
Oh, boy. She hasn't been on fire today, but That's the type of thing that can get a shooter going. I love that shot from her. Excellent decision by Lindy Alcorn. A 3, then a 2. The first 2 hoops of the second quarter for the Mystics, and the lead back to 8.
You know, and you were kind of feeling a little bit worried there. You know, it gets down to 3 points, and then just like that, boom, we're right back to 8.
A couple of really good shooters for the Fog had open or semi-open threes to tie the game. Both went in and out, and the Mystics scored off of both of those misses. So big turning points in the second quarter. Makes you feel a lot better about yourself if you're a Mystics supporter that you've seen a couple of hoops go in.
Absolutely.
They had 3 free throws on the board. That was all about 45 seconds ago. And then Lindy Alcorn shows up and bangs it. And I said, one shot going in can just unleash a really good player like Lindy Alcorn. She sees that one go in. So credit to Kate Fillmore. I don't care if Lindy hasn't shot the ball well. That's what she does. I'm gonna set her up for a wide open 3, and she made it. And then she made a great decision on the break to pull up and bang in another one.
Yeah, absolutely. And that spot right there off the catch and shoot, that 45 3-pointer from Lindy Alcorn off the catch and shoot, just put 3 points up on the board.
Both sides of the floor.
Yep.
If she's open, forget it.
Yeah.
From the 45, she just loves it. The Mystics would like to thank their community partners who've been so generous and have helped us financially. Without these incredible community leaders, it would be difficult to run our program. These include Action Fasteners, Burger King, City of Moncton, Discount Flooring, Dr. Jeff and Kim Mowat, Moncton Honda, Rehab 1, Watts Leasing, Roberto Di Donato, Route 6, Spicy Bar and Grill, Tanya Everett Photography, Acadia Toyota, Adored Beasts Apothecary, Crandall University, home of the Mystics, Hanson Signs, Town of Riverview, Riverview Minor Basketball Association, and the Magnetic Hill Winery. What timing? Ball back in. Mackenzie Bazansi up against Fillmore. Fillmore doing a terrific job again on her. The first half of this game. Oh, and Kate pulls up a little bit lame. I don't know if she twisted an ankle. Maybe got a cramp there. Does not look good, though. She's limping around a little bit. We'll see if she calls for a sub. She's not. Okay, that's a good sign. I was worried. It looked like there was kind of one of those no-contact injuries where you instantly go, oh, my God, was that an Achilles or something like that, the way she pulled up. But
yeah, exactly.
Maybe she did step on a foot and twist something.
Yeah, and you need her in the game, both offensively and defensively. She does so much on both ends.
Oh, my heart got in my throat on that one. Didn't look good in the moment, but she looks like she's moving okay now. That's going to be a travel, I think. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, that's a good call. She moved. And I know what Olivia's saying, too. She's saying, I'm getting bumped on that. But she's getting bumped on that. Well, I mean, there was some contact there, but I don't think that was enough. Enough for a foul.
Definitely the right call. I do, yeah. Agree with that.
Yeah, so the refs last night, they were listening, went back and listened. They heard old Judd and old Dave going, a lot of contact. Actually, I shouldn't group you in. That was me. Mostly me. Contact being let go, and then lo and behold, Mr. Stripes approached me. He's like, I heard your call. Now, there was one that was egregious, the no call on Kate down here in the corner.
Yes, I remember that.
They just missed it. I mean, look, it happens. But a couple other ones we were going, whoa, they are letting them play today.
It was a physical game, but I tell you what, when I'm watching a game, I'd much prefer a physical game than a non-physical game.
Yeah, but he did, the referee in question, he did approach me and say, we let a little too much go. So he, at the same time, if he listens to me call a game and I make a comment on a call, he will also go, you were wrong, and he'll correct me and tell me why I'm wrong. So, and it's always in a friendly, communal, just trying to make sure we're on the same page and spirit, that type of spirit. So I love. There's a couple of referees that'll do that, and I love it because a lot of times I'll go, yeah, you know what? I'll look back at a play and I'll go, you know what? You were right. Now I learned something. Sometimes I'm wrong, Judd. It's a scary thought, but sometimes it happens. 16 on the clock. Let's see what the Fog drew up for their last shot. Looks like getting Erin Ingalls the ball in the post. Forcing her out there was double A, but look at her go to work. Oh, she can't get it to go. Sadie Bowen skies in for the rebound, squeezes it. Nicely defended by the Mystics to end the half. Addie Albert doing great work against a really good player down there in the post, Erin Ingalls. forcing that miss.
Yeah, astonishing ball pressure that whole play. Then you have to get the ball in the paint there, and now everybody's all excited because it's been such great defense the whole possession, and that leads to even more great defense on the post up.
Absolutely. That play wasn't designed to start from the three-point line. They wanted Ingles catching that ball in the post, and it was forced out to the perimeter. So
Absolutely.
the defense is a story. Really good job again defensively by the Mystics. We'll see if that offensive struggle in the second quarter bleeds over into the third. Let's hope not. Let's hope they get their stuff together. So 8-point lead though right now, all positive. Good vibes in the gym. We'll see you back here in about 15.
All right, Mystics fans, this is our final home game of the year. What do you think so far? Are you enjoying the basketball game, Mystics fans? Are you up there? All right, good. We'd like to thank our founding partner, Royale, for their outstanding support, dedication, and commitment to ensuring women basketball continues. Your partnership shows tremendous.
And we're back for the second half of the last home game of the season here at the home of Mystics basketball, Crandall University here in Moncton, New Brunswick. Dave Tingley joining again, and Judd Doncaster, my broadcasting partner. And some balanced scoring in the first half for both of these teams. Leading scorers for the Fog. Looks like it's Amelia Mitchell with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Am I right? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, pardon me. Terrible math. Erin Ingalls, 5 points. Clancy McIntyre, 5 points. For the Mystics, pretty spread out. 6 for Sadie Bowen, 6 for Celine Sturkle, 7 for Lindy Alcorn, 5 for Addie Albert, 3 free throws for Olivia Mowat. So it's balanced scoring, but really scoring was not easy to come by in the second quarter. A good finish to that quarter for the Mystics, some good possessions. Let's see if that bleeds into a solid second half. Nice to see Lindy Alcorn get her shot going at the end of that quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both those quarters were totally flipped for both teams.
Yeah.
In that first quarter, felt like the Mystics couldn't miss a single shot, whether that be threes or twos. And then in that second quarter, it felt like the Fog couldn't miss a layup.
Yep.
So the difference is Mystics were hitting threes, Fog weren't, and that's a big reason why this is an 8-point lead right now and not a tied game since it was such a back and forth.
Yeah, so we'll see how the Mystics are going to guard the Fog, trying to keep them out of that paint. That's going to be important. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, hello, was that – I think Jeff Smith took a moment and go, wait a second, did she actually go backcourt? Yeah, she did. We all kind of paused on that one. Even Coach McKenzie on the sideline hopped on and went – he started to complain, then he went, wait, was it? Did I see that? Yeah, okay, I did. We all saw what we saw. Careless to start the quarter. Addie Albert crashing the glass and finishing. What a difficult catch and finish through traffic for AA.
Couldn't ask for a better start from the Mystics.
Terrific stuff. Mitchell now. See if she stays aggressive. She does. Spins into the lane. Misses that left hand finish, though. There's Ingalls collecting that miss. Back to Mitchell. She won't miss that one. Amelia Mitchell with 9, leading the Fog. Now the pressure again. Good patience from Fillmore. Wide open was Mowat in the corner off the feed from Alcorn. Again, just can't get that jumper to go. Attacking, spinning, good defense again from Albert, but better offense.
Yeah, and a lot of these finishes from the Fog, not like it's bad defense by the Mystics, just really tough finishes.
Now she caught it a little too close to the hoop for my liking. Oh, nice move from Mowat. And Mowat's so good with that shot fake and ball fake. Even though she's not making shots, she's still getting people to move with that ball, that shot fake, ball fake.
Exactly, yeah, and that throws the defense out of position sometimes, even if you're not going to get the bucket.
Mitchell with an offensive rebound, can't finish. Alcorn now goes right into the defense of Ingalls. Terrific stuff from Erin Ingalls. Off to McIntyre. McIntyre going to the Euro step on Sturkle, gets it knocked away. Nice hands from Celine Sturkle. That's why Celine can be so effective, like we've talked about her. That bionic-looking knee brace of hers because of all those injuries, but she's got soft feet and soft hands and can be a difficult customer on the defensive end because she's able to move so well.
Absolutely, and she's so physically strong that she doesn't really – you're not able to create a lot of space against her.
Nope. Oh, good setup. Lindy, though, short on that one. Sturkle gets the rebound, gets it blocked from Mitchell. And you see Sturkle took a shot on that knee a little bit. She's getting up.
That's a thing, though. Even that's a block. Who cares, really? You know, your ball on the baseline, you got 10, sorry.
Yeah,
pardon me.
10 on the clock to get it up, and You got to take advantage of those opportunities down there. It was a good block that time by Mitchell. And Sturkle stepping back to 3 and stroking it home. 41-30. The lead back to 11 for the Mystics. Harassing Bezanson there is Fillmore. The drive from Ingles again through good defense. Addie Albert doing a good job walling up, making it difficult. Ingles just so strong with the ball in her hands going to the glass.
Yeah, absolutely. Albert, though, what an excellent defender. She really never bails out anyone once they get into the paint. It's always this perfect wall-up pretty much every time.
Yep. Oh, yeah, good call there on the baseline. That was Cylin Sturkle had her hands. Again, you get caught. That's what you just talked about. Addie Albert stayed perfectly straight up, did not bring her hands down on that wall up on Ingles, forced that miss. That time, Sturkle just at the last second tried to block that shot and didn't stay vertical and got Mitchell. Yeah, and Amelia Mitchell, not a great foul shooter, but gets the first one to go.
Mitchell does such a great job of getting into the paint and really deep into the paint. And then from there on out, she gets free throws because she's so deep in the paint, you pretty much have to foul at that point. She's just going to put it home.
Yeah, if she is able to, and I know how hard Amelia Mitchell works. We talked about last time how hard she worked in her career at Mount A, going from somebody who played barely 2 minutes a game her freshman year to being first-team All-Star, 13-8 on over 50% shooting in her last year. Oh, good drive from Mowat into Mitchell. She's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. So if Amelia, and she's going to MUN next year, going to the Memorial to play in the CIS. If she can bring up that free throw shooting percentage a little bit, she's basically a perfect player because she's refined everything else in her game. She can make a perimeter shot. She's so good left and right-handed. She's a really good defender. She's tough.
So hard to be good with the left and right hand as a big player, though. Whew. Really, you see NBA players who really only have over the right or over the left, never really both. It's such a rarity.
Well, they were talking about that again last night in the Indiana Pacers game. A guy who's the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, how much stronger he is going over his right shoulder than his left.
Absolutely.
And so even Pascal Siakam, on the lefty 3. Stracker gets it to go. Lead down to 7.
Just feels
Albert. I was going to say she was in trouble in there. Pass behind Sturkle. Bezanson. And Fillmore. Again, you don't see her complain very much. I always want to agree with Kate Fillmore because she doesn't complain all that much. Looked clean from here, but wasn't too much complaining from Kate.
I tell you what, though, the Fog, every single time the Mystics go on a little run, they pushed it to 11 points. Yeah. Just like that, the Fog come back, answer with a 3, and then now they got 2 free throws, and this is could be a 5-point game.
And again, it's the turnovers.
Yep.
So if you're going to apply pressure, it's a scary thing to do to beat pressure consistently by dribbling the ball up the sideline. And then picking it up over half. That's a scary proposition. Trying to break a press, not something you want to do. Fillmore pushes. Oh, she's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Again, playing on balance off 2 feet. Her and Mowat both do a really good job getting in the lane and playing it off 2 feet.
Yeah, you're totally right. When she plants that pivot foot in the paint and then rips over with her other leg, so much of the time you're going to draw that foul because you're going across, and then the defense is now out of position. They have to jump over you to get to the ball.
Yeah, exactly right. Or if you do that 2 foot, even if you rip the ball in front of them and then go, it's so tempting to reach in.
Absolutely.
Try to grab that ball. And if you're tough with it, so lead back to 8. Termel's going to come in for double A. Look, a little pressure set up here from the Mystics as well. You like them doing that in the first half, and I think you're right. Strocker ahead of the field on the push. Good help from Sturkle. Oh, the hesitation move from Strocker. 5 quick ones from her. That was Michael Jordan-esque hesitation on the baseline.
Yeah, what a beautiful press break there. One player, yeah.
Yeah, she did such a good job. Losing her dribble there that time. New onto the floor for the Mystics. That's Jessie Brown. Sturkle now. She's got to get it up against the clock. Yeah, she kind of had to do a chest pass instead of a shot. Good defense from the Fog. And that's the story. That's how they've fought their way back into this game. Down 16 at the first quarter break, now back within 6.
A big reason there they got that stop is because of that defense on the post players, the Mystics.
Yep.
They just denied them the ball, which resulted in them getting the ball way too late.
Strocker again making a good decision, but not able to finish there on the break. That was Ainsley Green. So lucky break for the Mystics. Turmel swinging it to Fillmore. Fillmore getting into the paint. Down. Oh, looked at Turmel. That was the right look, but didn't get it there. Turmel, though, fighting for it. Tie up. It's going to stay with the Mystics.
It's going to stay with Moncton.
You see that so often in basketball now. You didn't see that pass a lot back when I played, at the very least. When you get penetration 2 feet in the paint, and that one of those bigs on the opposite side seals off, so you have that little drop pass from a couple feet away as a point guard to a big in there. Oh, Turmel not able to get that one to go. Mitchell comes out of the pack with it. Hit ahead pass to Green. Green 2-foot stop. Good defense there from Alcorn, but she finds a wide open Bezanson. They got away with that one too. Bezanson not in rhythm, and it's tough sometimes as a person, an elite shooter like her, who's been harassed all game by Kate Fillmore, not able to get open shots, and then all of a sudden you kind of feel a pressure, like, oh, I got a wide open one, I better make it. You know, you have that thought in your head sometimes as a shooter when you've had a tough game against a tough defender.
Exactly, that's an excellent point. You know, you think about that 2019 finals when Steph Curry was just constantly harassed by Fred VanVleet that whole time. And then every time Steph was open, just felt like he couldn't buy a bucket just because Fred VanVleet took the legs out of him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a legs thing, and it's a head thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice little delivery from Alexander over her right shoulder. That was a tough shot.
Beautiful touch around the rim.
So back within 4 now are the Fog. Fillmore, she's going to pop an open one. Turmel tried to crash, but out off of Turmel. So double A and Mowat back in.
I like this taller lineup from the Mystics here. We saw them go to a taller lineup earlier in the game, and that resulted in lots of stops. So I think, you know, you kind of need a stop or two here just to give your offense a little bit more time to get going. So, yeah, I like this sub in here.
And Bowen back in as well off a really good first half. Yeah, nicely done there by Lindy Alcorn, forcing Meg Ingles way out away from the hoop so far that she stepped on the sideline. Good kick ahead pass to double A. Oh, but the old fake a pass to make a pass there, right?
Absolutely.
She just telegraphed it to Emily Turmel, and it got tipped. Almost a turnover, but nice work from Lindy to stick her nose in there and knock it out off a Fog player. Inside to Bowen, right back to Mowat. Mowat again sets up Lindy wide right, though. No good. Back to the Fog.
I do really like the offense, though, with Bowen catching it up high, because Bowen's got enough speed and enough moves out of that high post to put a little spin on or something and get downhill for a bucket.
Fog did a good job there, though, making her catch the ball really at the top of the key. It was
absolutely
a couple feet further out than where she wants it, probably. So Bezanson now harassed by Mowat. Oh, boy, Olivia Mowat. Oh, good defense there by Turmel. Oh, she got rid of it. Nice pass to the Meg Ingles wide open there from Erin Ingles. And then collecting and shooting and scoring from the corner. Ainsley Green, nice touch from the corner by her, and the lead is only 1. Great press break that time by the Mystics, double A. Swings it to Lindy. Alcorn trying to go around to Ingles. Oh, it goes through the mesh. Yeah, couldn't. So mistimed her jump there, did Sadie Bowen, and then Olivia couldn't save it in the corner. So back to the Fog, and now the Fog have a chance to take the first lead of the game, I think.
Yeah, well,
no, pardon me, they led very early in the first quarter.
I think that off-the-mark pass there was a result of the net there. You know, I think Bowen would have had that if it didn't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think she was ready for it. Just kind of mistimed everything. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a travel. Nicely done by the Mystics. And Ainsley Green drag that foot.
One concern I have with the Mystics press right now is that they're not putting a foot on that baseline, and they're getting beat to the sides. And then if you get beat like that, now there's 2 defenders who are totally out of position.
Oh, I don't think Sadie Bowen knew that pass was for her. I think it was. Double A finds Mowat on the curl. Mowat gets all the way to the paint. Yeah, she's going to go to the line. Nicely done from Mowat. I love how she's just relentless. Her shot's not going. So what can I do? I'm going to cut hard off of these curls. Now I'm going to throw my body into somebody and get to the line.
Yeah, when she gets ahead of steam going downhill, you're going to have to foul her or put 2 points up on the board. So.
In and out on the first one. Good hustle by Trammell to the corner, but it's going back to the Fog. 0 for 2 at the line from Mowat. So this is a battle to get out of the basement here for one of these teams. Oh, good defense from Alcorn. Boy, that looked like a lot of contact. They let it go, but they're going to let that be a tie-up. I thought Lindy deserved to go to the line for that one. I know. Who was that down there? I think it was Ingalls. Yeah, Meg Ingalls, pardon me, was straight up, but I think she was leaning into her.
Yeah, absolutely. But way to stick with it, though, from Alcorn.
Yeah.
Usually if you take a lot of contact like that, you're kind of upset about it and you're not really into the play anymore.
She stayed focused and forced the tie-up. Amelia Mitchell on the catch. Watched by Sturkle. To McIntyre. 2 bigs playing screen roll there on the wing. Must be nice to have that kind of skill. Oh, knocked away nicely by Mowat. She gets it back from Bowen. Pushing it. Not sure what the... Was it a shot?
Yep.
Was it a shot clock issue? Is that why they rang the... Not sure why, but...
I think it was a shot clock. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe, yeah, I guess. Seemed to be some confusion over there on the bench. We've got the best bench in the league, by the way. I don't care whatever. The best team, score clock team.
I'd agree with that.
The score table, those Judy Vautour and her team, they do it right down there. Oh, the nice finish from Sadie Bowen. Her solid afternoon continues. Oh, and a turnover. Look at Kate Fillmore down there. Harassing Bazanson. Bazanson's going to have some nightmares about the combination of Fillmore, Lindy Alcorn, and Olivia Mowat.
Truthfully, though, who does it in this league?
Yeah, true. True statement. I would. I'd have nightmares if those 3 were going to be guarding me. Fillmore with the crossover. To Mowat. Mowat, relentless on the attack. She's going to go back to the line for 2 more. She does not care about how much body contact she's getting. She's going to keep going and going and going.
We love that. So many players, they continue to take contact and just continue to take it. And then at some point, you'd figure they would kind of shy away. But that's what you love about Mowat. Never.
Nope. So earlier today in the association, the Thunder went to Fredericton and took down the Freeze 89-84. And the Hurricanes welcomed the Hornets into their building and beat them by 18, 62-44. Welcome to the final day of the game. And the game of the day in the association. A missed lefty 3 that time by Strocker. Back comes Olivia Mowat. Yeah, and she gets fouled again, and she's going to go to the line for a couple more free throws. Not happy with the call was Clancy McIntyre.
But a big thing here is they got that turnover out of the press here. So now if they can score this play, free throws, but now can they set up this press again and then get another turnover? And then if they can you spiral in that and get this game out of control almost?
100%. The Thunder coming on strong lately, Halifax. up to 5-2 now on the season. They had a big win yesterday in St. John. Lake City 56ers and Miramichi tied atop the standings at 7-1. Miramichi 2-0 on the weekend as well. And Mowat, couple of two for two at the line again for Mowat. Oh boy, she took an elbow there from Strocker. Doesn't want any, getting a little frustrated with the physical defense maybe of Mowat. I liked it. Down the post to Ingles. A wide open Green, but she had to step back to catch the ball, and she stepped out of bounds. Oh, man, the way that Mowat's playing right now on both ends, I'm only taking her out of the game right now if she asks me to.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with that. She is the motor of that press. When she's not on the court and you're running that press, it just doesn't really work the same because she just messes up so many lanes.
Yeah.
And she's just everywhere.
Yep. Oh, couldn't get it down into Bowen. Couldn't mow it. 7-point lead, 50-43 for the Mystics. Strocker on the attack. Hands it off Alexander, short. Good box out by Bowen on Mitchell. David McLaughlin now back for the Mystics, hands it to Fillmore. Fillmore to reach the minute mark of the third quarter. To McLaughlin, there's Bowen. Didn't get it, got to Mowat. Can she get off the schneid from distance? No. Oh, again, not a bad shot. But she's not chucking up air balls. These things are,
No, yeah.
got to get something to go sooner or later.
I thought for sure that was the one that was going to drop.
Me too, wide open, good shot. Looked to be in rhythm.
Fouls on the Mystics, number 23, Soren Sturkle, her second foul.
Sturkle hammers Mitchell there.
And for Moncton, number 5.
Good clean foul though.
I thought shooting 2 for Port City.
Sturkle's gonna take a break. While Mitchell heads to the line, she's been really good this afternoon. She gets one to go. Oh, no, jeepers! Now I just reminded myself we gotta pick players of the game. Always panics me in a game like this where you have no clear leaders really right now.
Yeah, it's been really balanced by both teams.
Yeah. Alexander nicely done squeezing that rebound. Tries to squeeze through a couple of Mystics there. Knocked out of bounds by Mowat. It's going to stay with Port City. So 6-point lead, 37.5 on the clock. Mitchell hands off to Bezanson. Wide open three, doesn't want it. Gets it knocked away again by Fillmore. Late one by Strocker. Comes up a little bit short. The rebound, though, nicely done by Green. Got inside McLaughlin for position there. 4-point lead now. Bowen. Oh boy, they got lucky on that pass. Nice look inside from Alcorn to Ava McLaughlin. They took advantage of that break. That pass across the top against the press. Boy, that's dangerous. It barely got there against the clock. Long on that three was Green. And the Mystics go to the fourth quarter break up 6, 52-46 over the Fog. And a pretty entertaining third quarter there. This team's facing good defenses on both ends, and it's not an easy day to get hoops. They're hard to come by, but really the story of the fourth quarter, I think, is going to be who takes care of the ball better.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. All these turnovers lead directly to layups in transition or free throws, and that has been the most consistent offense this entire game. There really hasn't been any consistent half-court offense yet from either team.
No.
So
really not. I mean, really the best, really the most consistent thing really has been maybe a little bit of Amelia Mitchell for the Fog, you know, doing her thing down in the post, getting to the line, finishing a couple times, and Olivia Mowat driving the ball from the wings pretty consistently. She's gotten to the line. Other than that, there hasn't been a lot of. It's not like it's not raining 3-pointers in here right now. These teams are. There's so many good ball defenders on both sides.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
not easy to just look at somebody and beat them right now. Olivia Mowat's really the only person consistently doing that from the perimeter for both sides. So, but yeah, I mean, this is going to be a difficult game to predict who's going to win, and also, you know, feel bad for me and Judd. We have to pick players of the game from a lot of options here. Oh, hi, there we are. We're on. Hi. We got our Mystics gear on, me and Judd. Sporting it, having a good time up here.
I've got a question for you before the fourth quarter starts. What's the prediction for the finals? How many games? What's the...
Listen, I'm not one of these guys that's underestimated the Pacers all year and gone out of I picked the Pacers to get to the finals. I thought,
really? Wow.
Before the playoffs, I had a bad feeling about the Cavs. They kind of go into the tank every year in the playoffs. So I thought something might, and I just had a feeling that Boston wouldn't repeat. I don't know what it was. So it left me with either the Knicks or the Pacers.
That's fair, yeah.
And I went with the Pacers. And so I picked the finals correctly. It doesn't happen very often.
Wow, that is,
doesn't happen very often, but I've never underestimated them, but I think it is 5 games at the most. I think this is a terrible matchup for the Pacers. I really do.
Okay.
Defensively, what the Thunder do defensively really well, just I think is going to be a problem for the Pacers. A big problem.
That's fair. I think the Pacers are the one team that can match up to them because of their depth. So I'm Pacers in 6.
You think Pacers in
I think
6?
Pacers in 6, yes. They've only lost 4 games all playoffs. The Pacers have. So the Thunder, yeah, I know, but nobody thinks about the Pacers in that regard.
I got you. So we talked over two terrible possessions, and then we got a good one from the Mystics. Evan McLaughlin banging in a 3. 2 turnovers to start the fourth either way. Mitchell now turns, and she's going to fake and get her way to the line. I saw at midcourt, I was going to say, this is going to be 2 free throws, because that's what Amelia Mitchell does. She got her head down, and she's got skill off the bounce for a big. Lindy Alcorn had no choice but to put her on the line, which is normally a smart choice, but she's been making her free throws. I've been sounding off the last couple of games about how she struggles from the line. She was under 50% for the year at Mount A, but the reverse jinx worked. There's Danielle Alexander, her fellow Mountie. Bezanson, 2 feet, watched. Oh boy, difficult shot. That was a really, really hard shot.
Doesn't get much more difficult than that, jeez.
Fillmore made it so hard on her. Lindy Alcorn attacks, reverse. Tries to find Bowen. No good, and they've done. Again, Sadie Bowen was effective catching that ball at the mid post and in the low post in the first half. She's gotten to that spot 3 times since she's been back in that. She's had the ball passed to her feet by the guard. She hasn't been able to catch the ball there. It's not been her at fault. So they can just execute, get the ball to her at the mid post or the high post or the low post and let her go to work.
Yeah, absolutely. If she can just make a move and go right into it, that's when she's at her best. You don't want her to catch it out on the 3-point line.
Avon McLaughlin just kind of shoved her hand in the cookie jar and left it there. Didn't move. She didn't want to get a foul by moving, so she just got her left arm wrapped around the ball and just stopped moving and just kept hold of the ball. It was kind of a weird looking tie-up, but it was effective. Good ball movement here by the Fog, going side to side. Again, shutting down Bezanson. Wing 3. There's another offensive rebound. Ingles gets it back again for another one from Strocker. This one's perfect, and the lead's down to 3 again. And the game of runs in the second half continues. Wide open is McLaughlin again. Couple of big ones from Avon McLaughlin here in the fourth quarter. Push that lead right back to 6.
Timely shots by the Mystics all night. Every time the Fog make a run, they come back and answer and keep it at a sizable is pushing it, but solid lead.
A solid lead, yeah. A lead you can build upon. There's Mitchell spinning the key. Well defended by Bowen. Forced to miss and pulled down by Mowat. Mowat with the look to Bowen. Just couldn't catch it. But good job by Bowen to run the floor, though. Forced the knockout by Mitchell. That's a difficult catch for a big. I don't mind the pass. It's just so difficult. You want to encourage your guards to hit bigs like that, but those catches are so tough for them to gather in traffic and finish.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's what I'm not too upset about, because that's a play where you're really not going to come up with the ball ever if you're the Fog. It's really difficult to corral that.
Yeah.
So it's not like,
Fillmore popping one, come up short. That was flat. Never had a chance to get. She didn't have her legs in that one.
Looked like she was between a shot and a pass, maybe.
She was. Alexander, nice give to Ingles, and one. That was a nice move and dish from Danielle Alexander from the wing. She's had a couple of moments here in the second half, the Mount A player.
Having that little float pass is such an important part of your game. It really can open up so much for you as a passer if you can just time it to when the defense moves and then you get open.
And again, a 2-foot stop, playing off 2 feet, being on balance.
Love a 2-foot stop.
You do, and so do I. So many people getting up in the air off 1 foot and then trying to make a decision from there. McLaughlin, they run at her. She's made a couple lately. Fillmore gets her body in there and that difficult lefty teardrop. Kate Fillmore is so good at. Oh, and the steal from Fillmore and the finish for 2 more and the lead up to 7 now. Bowen down there harassing Mitchell. Sadie Bowen now timeout Fogg. Talk about this defensive pressure that the Mystics are bringing. Boy, Kate Fillmore plays huge minutes every game as well, because we've talked about it in previous games. And again, it's no shade on the players on the Mystic roster. They just don't have somebody that's used to playing minutes at point guard, really, other than Fillmore. They got a ton of 2 and 3s, but not anybody that's used to playing the point. So when she goes out of the game, it's kind of point guard by committee a little bit, and they can struggle, so she plays a lot of minutes.
Exactly, yeah, and she's such a great organizer. She gets them up the court and gets them into their set very well. But another thing she does is she's sort of that head of the snake for their point of attack defense, because she does such a great job of cutting off players from getting into the middle.
Yeah, and in tandem with Olivia Mowat, and really, again, we got to give credit to Lindy Alcorn too. She's been really, really good.
Absolutely.
Defensively. And they have good players defensively coming off the bench too, and particularly girls like Kelly Carter that don't play a ton of minutes, but she saw a couple possessions there in the third quarter where she played really good defense, got a defensive rebound, and you could tell when Olivia was ready to go back in the game, he got her right back in, Coach McKenzie, but he popped up and made sure to really give Kelly proper. So they got some guards that can harass, and Emily Turmel gives a super effort off the bench for them as well in the backcourt. So, and of course Addie Albert. So they've got the makings of such a harassing defense. It's just this year, and they're getting better offensively. It's just this is a short season in this league, right? So it's been. Oh, there's Olivia again. And there's Addie Albert getting down on the floor, digging it out. And that's going to go back to your Mystics.
Absolutely, though. To go along with what you were saying, the Mystics are definitely trending upward.
Yeah. And we saw that it's the same thing. Same thing in the guys' league. The Tide, really one of the best teams in any of the conferences in the last 5-6 games of their season. They were a tough customer, rounding into form, but these are short seasons. So you got to be, but this is a really good stepping stone for next season, because this team, Mystics team, lost a lot of players from last year, and they're a really young team in this league. So all these players that are playing at Acadia in the form of Ms. Mowat and of course Mount A, like a bunch of everybody else on the floor now, practically Avon at Mon. All these players are probably going to be eligible to come back here next year, so they can grow as a team. As Kate Fillmore, she's starting to take over here a little bit.
Absolutely, and what an off-balance finish. So difficult. Great job.
Shoving her name into the player of the game discussion here, along with, I know we were talking a lot about Olivia.
Yeah.
Oh, and the defense there by the Mystics. Yeah, I think Ingles thought she had somebody's hand on her wrist there, but it looked clean to me up here fast. I think it was a good call.
I think that was an elite call there. Yeah. Very difficult. He didn't even have an angle to see who that went off of, and I think he made the perfect call there.
Addie Albert, nice penetration. Good swing to McLaughlin. She's made a couple. There's Albert down there getting blocked. And I think Mitchell doesn't agree with that call either. But the uninterrupted streak of referees not changing their calls continues into the 100 and whateverth year of basketball. Addie Albert, who's had a strong game herself at the line. So, okay, we got to start having these discussions. This player of the game stuff, I take this seriously. We got to have serious discussions about this. I'm sorry, fans, we're not. We might have to ignore the action on the floor to make sure we properly get the player of the game chosen. It's important. The girls come here and they get wine from the Magnetic Hill Winery. Oh. They are excited to get player of the game when they come here. We take this seriously. We got to get this right. The winner gets wine.
I thought Straker played great today.
Straker's been good.
As well as Mitchell. I think those are my two for the Fog that I would really.
I think it's probably Mitchell.
Yeah.
Although Ingles had a really good stretch too.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
But I think I'm leaning Mitchell right now. She's been really, really good.
I'd support that.
And right now, I mean, Bowen was terrific in the first half. Been quieter in this half for sure. I think Mowat's in the running. She's just been so physical defensively. Little misstep there from Mowat, turnover, but I think Mowat's in there. Kate Fillmore's made a run here in the fourth quarter by scoring the ball, but she has been tremendous defensively on McKinley Bezanson. So just on that end of the floor, again, kind of like the way we discussed yesterday, it was a defensive struggle, so our tie went to the defensive players involved in the game yesterday over the biggest scorers maybe. Today's kind of similar. It's going to be a defensive reason here why the Mystics win, and I mean, Olivia Mowat has been tremendous, and so is Kate on that side of the floor. Strocker misses the three. There's a rebound from Bowen.
Yeah, I think these last 5 minutes will tell us who the player of the game is for the Mystics. Yeah,
that's for sure. Lindy on the catch from AA. Swings it to Kate Fillmore. Fillmore. She's going to drive with that left hand again. Oh, and there's Avon McLaughlin batting it away. Yeah, they reset the clock. They're going to have to put it down to 8 seconds. Yeah, I was going to say I thought it was maybe 7 seconds. 8 is going to be the call from our officials.
I'll tell you what, though, McLaughlin has been very big in this fourth quarter as well.
A couple of huge threes.
Offensive rebound there, yeah.
Yep. She is making her way into the paint. Spins. Can't get it to go, though. Collects the offensive rebound. Can't get to end from her butt. Ms. Ingles, Aaron got knocked down. Squeezed the orange there. Oh, and a drive. Nice move baseline there from, that looked like it was Strocker again. Then Green had an opportunity, but really good defense by Bowen. I mean, I got a four-way tie for player of the game here right now for the Mystics. Come on, somebody separate themselves in the last 4 minutes. Oh, also, win the game and stuff. Oh, from the top of the key, Bowen for three! A popular one for their coach. And I dare say she's not a volume three-point shooter, given the reaction from her coach and the bench. But that is a huge one to put the team up 14 as we head under 4 minutes, and I don't know, that puts her in the lead, I think.
Yeah, that's
nudged herself ahead.
What a great little sequence there. On defense, she cuts off that move so well out of the post, gets on top of her, blocks the ball, then comes down and laces a three.
Yep.
That was nothing but net too.
Yeah. Yeah, like that looked confident.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, don't laugh at Sadie shooting those threes. She's got that in her bag. So, yeah, 14-point lead out of no. That happened really fast, Judd. This was a close game and went to 14 in the blink of an eye. And really, this is the Mystics game to lose. So what a nice way to end the season for them. A couple of wins over this Fog team, sandwiched around a game in which they played pretty well yesterday. They, a couple more shots went in their direct. They didn't shoot the ball very well. A couple less turnovers yesterday. They'd been right in that game. They stayed pretty tight. So really a nice way to end these last 3 games. The home's part of the schedule for your Mystics, and they'll head into the end of their schedule feeling a little better about themselves.
Absolutely. And one thing I love this game was the response from the Mystics. You know, they cut that game to 1-3 points there around that range for a while, and you're starting to wonder now, are the Fog in rhythm now, and this is going to be their time for them to take over this game and build a sizable lead? It just never happened. The Mystics just fought back and now built this massive lead, which is awesome.
Absolutely. Zanson. Yeah, is that going to be an illegal screen on McIntyre? I think it is. Yep.
Fouls on Port City, number 16, Clancy McIntyre, for third foul.
The only reason I'm hesitating is because we've given a player of the game to Sadie Bowen before.
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
what I was thinking.
You kind of want to spread them around, although like if someone's so in a situation like this where it's kind of close, I don't know, man. Maybe we spread it around a bit, but that was a huge three-pointer, and she's played terrific defense. Alcorn! Lindy from 3, and the lead swells to 17. One thing is, we got 3.5 minutes to discuss it now because they put this game to bed. Bezanson on the miss, and Alcorn with a rebound. Back to Fillmore.
Truthfully, it's all started on defense here. This fourth quarter has been a defensive showcase from the Mystics.
Really has. And Lindy short on that one. Follows her own shot, but rebounded by Meg Ingles. Oh, and the turnover to Fillmore. Fillmore on the pull-up. Gets it to go. Kate Fillmore. A huge fourth quarter for her team. And back to Mitchell now at the top of the key. Stuck 19 or the Fog. Handing it off to Bezanson. Screen rolled. Mitchell. Bowen knocks it away.
What a tough denial there. Wow,
Man.
What a difficult angle to get to
Sadie,
hand
I'm
that
like
ball.
trying to give the player of the game to somebody else. Can you cool your Jets a little bit? Up to Double A. Double A is going to try another three. Oh, if that would have gone down, then I would have had to like, man, consider Double A. No. Thank you for missing, Addie. Oh, and taken away by Lindy Alcorn.
Great hands.
Unbelievable. She's going to try to get all the way to the hoop, knocked away from by Mackenzie Bezanson. So we'll lay out the rest of the schedule, fans, as wholesale subs come in for the Mystics as they've wrapped this one up. Jordan Casey in, Kennedy Apthorpe in, Deveren is in, Kelly Carter. And who did I not name? I didn't name Jesse Brown. There you go. Brown now. Back to Carter. To Apthorpe. Apthorpe's birthday today, by the way. Oh, gets knocked away. Deveren does. Oh, and the hustle from Kelly Carter. She wasn't able to collect and laying it in for two. That was Ainsley Green. So we'll lay out the schedule the rest of the season. So Wednesday, there's one game in the association. The Thunder host the Lake City 56ers at St. Mary's. 3 try is short from Apthorpe. At UMBSJ on next Saturday, Port City hosts the Fog. At SMU, the Hurricanes play the Thunder. And on Sunday, these Mystics play their last game of the regular season down in Halifax against the Thunder at SMU. And also on Sunday at the Mount St. Vincent, the Hornets host the Lake City 56ers. And at UMBSJ, the Fog hosts the Miramichi Hurricanes. So next weekend, the last weekend of the regular season, then we'll get into the Nova Scotia/ND playdowns as we head toward championship weekend. Keep an eye on the schedule, fans. Jordan Casey down there missing. Oh, the girl's still digging around for that rebound. Kelly Carter down there. She always plays hard. Ties up Alexander. In a zombie apocalypse, I'd want both Daniel Alexander and Kelly Carter on my team. I just want to make that clear. I wouldn't want to beat any of them in a dark alley. They are tough. Down inside, Apthorpe plays good defense down there, and Clancy McIntyre forces a miss.
Now for this game, my picks, I was thinking about this.
Okay.
I think I'm going with Mitchell and Mowat. Those are my two.
Mitchell and Mowat?
Yep. I think those are my two.
Boy, that is tough for me right now. Mitchell is a guarantee.
Yeah.
For me, it's between, it's Mowat, Bowen, or Fillmore for me. Kate did thankless work guarding Bezanson for so long as Apthorpe collects the rebound here and gets it up the court. Oh, Deveren looking for that catch on the seam as the wideout wasn't able to. Missed 3 and a rebound there for Kelly Carter, and that'll do it. All right, I'm going to default to you. I think Mowat was so good defensively and provided a spark with all those drives to the basket, loosen up the defense. I'm with you. Let's go, Olivia Mowat.
Awesome.
All right. Man, it was nice doing games with you, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
This won't be the last time we do a game, I dare say. I think we're going to snag you to do this in subsequent summers, and maybe at the Hoop Classic I might snag you. I don't know. We'll see. So, fans, thanks for joining myself and Judd on the broadcast for these Mystics games. We had a blast. Tune in to those games the rest of the season. Have a lot of fun watching this league. We love doing it. The girls love playing. Watch them. All right, fans, we'll talk to you later. We'll see you in about 10 months.
Huge thank you to everybody for supporting the Mystics this year. For this being our last year, please give yourselves a round of applause. You've been such great supporters and fans of the Mystics. We genuinely appreciate every game. You folks coming out, cheering us on. What a great group of supporters we have. All right, fans, here's your players of the game brought to you by Medicare Winery. For Port City, your player of the game, Matt Nelson's own, number 12, Amelia Mitchell. And it looks like a mounting sweep because the player of the game for your Mystics is C. Bowen. And now I'd like to welcome down to the court, please, Christopher Sharp. Please come on down so we can present you our 50-50 proceeds. So that's going to go to the community sports program. So if I could have Christopher Sharp, please join us down on the court. Christopher Sharp. And fans, if you're missing your car key, we have one here. So if you cannot find your car keys, please come see us. We have found a set of car keys. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming out to the Mystics, and we'll see you next season, Mystics fans. Come meet the girls. Everybody come meet the Mystics.
Bye.